In today's episode, I'll be showing you some of the strangest and most interesting videos that I could find online. Let's get into it.
Alright, this fellow here in Arizona has something called the solar death ray. He made it himself, it's from an old TV. But look at the heat this thing can generate. It can split stones, I've seen him melt metal, demagnetize magnets, an insane amount of localized heat. And just imagine scaling this up and putting it on an airship. And conceptually, could you melt a building? Because this thought has taken over my mind ever since it was introduced to me. Because all of these ruins look kinda melted to me. And they don't look destructed like a bomb went off necessarily. It just looks like an insane amount of heat was directly applied to them. I love this guy here, Our Melted Reality. He thinks a lot of the mountains around us are just melted buildings, which is a hell of a thought. But look at this.
Man, that's dangerous. That little death ray could literally split a rock in half. And it's not a bad theory that maybe technology just like that was used to hide history, or just used in war, and what we have now is the results of that history. Pretty interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
I keep hearing sounds in my bathroom. I don't know what it is. I haven't whistled, I haven't messed with this thing. Holy crap. No freaking way. Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you see that? It's okay. Okay, you'll see I'm cutting, so I'm gonna go nice and slow here. Right there. There's no way somebody slipped out right there. My back's against the wall. There's nothing in the closet. No feet, no nothing. Holy crap. Nope. Not tonight.
I didn't really hear anything or see anything. Maybe a couple of bumps, and that's what he was referencing. Maybe he's got an upstairs, there could be people above him. I don't see anything to freak out about, but I'm not in that situation.
NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang announced a major collaboration between NVIDIA, Google DeepMind, and Disney. This partnership aims to advance AI robotics. It's centered around the development of Newton, which is an open-source physics engine that is specifically designed to help robots learn and execute complex tasks. Disney plans on utilizing Newton to create a better experience at their parks, aiming to create more expressive and engaging robots. As you can see above, this robot is demonstrating advanced movements and interaction, showcasing the real-time capabilities powered by Newton. Newton is expected to be available as an open source release later this year. This will allow developers all across the world to leverage this advanced physics engine.
It's only a matter of time before the movie WALL-E becomes an actuality. I mean, to be fair, that actually is really cool tech. And it makes sense to have those little robots running around Disney and making it more immersive.
So if I talk to the image of you, the sound reflects off the mirror to the real you.
Wait, so, actually? So you can hear me?
So you're right here, wait a minute.
So you can whisper into his ear?
Stay right there. Stay right there. Your head is right here.
Sure. I'm ready.
Move forward. Okay. So you're right here. So I'm talking to you, but it's reflecting to the real person. You can do more than that too. Here, I'll show you something else. Okay, so if we stand right here, just a little closer. So your head is right here. If I shine a flashlight on your head, you see your head illuminated. But if I shine it on this head, you still see it.
Whoa! That's amazing. The guy's coming out of that.
Because the reflection is the same as the object.
Oh, wow.
The reason your face is there is because every point on you is making a point over here.
It is the same. It's wonderful.
So,
can you do that again real quick? Just.
So I'm going to move forward a little bit here. Move over here. Okay. So I'm going to shine now flashlight. Okay. Stand over here now. Maybe it's over here. Okay, there you are. So I'm going to shine my flashlight on your head right here.
And it's on.
That's amazing. That's creepy.
So when you learned in school in the optics about the real images and virtual images, they never showed you what a real image is. So this is what a real image exists out in space. Now, there's actually a cool thing we could do that I'm not trying to do. I could might bring a mirror over here. This really blows people's minds.
Do
A
it.
mirror right here. You'll see a mirror right here, which acts like a mirror, except you can walk through it. That's kind of cool.
You know, for the people that put up like a towel on a mirror and are like, oh, you can still see around it, I bet seeing this video, their minds would be blown. Hey, if you haven't done so already and you're enjoying the show, give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. For everyone that's currently watching and or subscribed, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel.
Why did Sunita Williams' white hair suddenly disappear after she returned to Earth after being trapped in the space station for 9 months? No one realized that the strange smile on Suni's face during the interview hinted at 3 dangerous pieces of information in the health check report. After being trapped in space for 9 months, Williams and her companions finally returned to Earth on the Dragon spacecraft of Musk's company. And when Sunita smiled during the interview, her black hair, which was completely different from before, seemed to reveal an astonishing secret. Because when she had a video call with Trump in a previous meeting, Sunita's hair was still gray and uneven, and Trump even mocked her fluffy and curly hair. Moreover, her hair was also curly and gray when they celebrated Christmas together before. However, after returning to Earth, not only did her white hair disappear, but her hair also became straight. This gave those who had always doubted that they had not been in space something to hold against them. They said that there was no way there would be unnecessary things like hair dye and hair straighteners in space, so they must have been hiding in some filming base all along. In fact, the International Space Station receives supplies from spacecraft of many countries, so their supplies cover a very wide range, and items like hair dye are among the astronauts' daily necessities. And when Sunita first went into space, she had black hair, so she also wanted to return to Earth with black hair.
I mean, as much stress as they went through, I'm not surprised that her hair went as gray as it did. And I looked up a couple of articles, and honestly, I don't see her hair becoming any more black, so I don't think that this video is an accurate video. And even if it did, I'm sure a film crew would have touched her up because they would want to make her presentable for TV. That would be my guess. But nonetheless, I am glad they're back safe, and it's about time, even though I thought that they've already been back at one point in time, so it's good that they're back at least.
When you slice fruits or vegetables the right way, they make the same shapes that sound makes. That is a pattern you'll see if you put a dish of water on a speaker. The same pattern you see in that melon can be recreated with a vibration at around 12 hertz. So if that frequency makes the shape, can we reverse the shape to get the frequency? Kind of. That one's split into 4s because the wave goes up and down 4 times in one cycle. Put the ends of the wave together, then you have your circular radial harmonics that you see in the water. That one would be 5, and that one would be 6. If you put drops of oil in the water, that pattern will organize the oil drops. With the right frequency, you can replicate the same pattern that DNA makes when viewed from the top down. And if you put it in the freezer while it's making these patterns, you can freeze the shape. So here's my question. Does this little seed have the code to freeze watermelon.mp3 in reality? China's actually researching this to increase crop yields. Up to 30% more in some cases. This one found a frequency that could increase the rate of photosynthesis in plants. Let's go deep for a second though. Almost every single ancient culture had beings that came and gave the gifts of civilization and agriculture. Here's the thing, you go to enough of these places, you start to see flowers everywhere. Instead of decorations that were inspired by nature, could they instead be details on how to replicate these things using the language of sonic geometry? Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I am sorry, but this is an obsession of mine. Vibration is the same whether it's electromagnetics or sound. They're intricately linked.
And the rabbit hole goes even deeper on Walter Russell's Fibonacci sequence periodic table. So most people have seen this one, and most people have not seen this one. Let's talk about it. Specifically, what was Terrence Howard trying to say on Joe Rogan? This is about flow. It's about vibration. It's all one thing vibrating at different speeds, all one energy. And this is some bullshit. It's all about separation, neat little boxes. Each part of the spiral is an octave. If you know anything about music or music theory, it's one song, but different notes, different frequencies. It's important to note that this is highly theoretical and not accepted by mainstream science, but I like it. What they're saying is that if you know the frequency of an element, you can transmute other elements into other elements. This is basically cold fusion, LENR. They also say that gravity is not itself a fundamental force. It's also a sort of vibration in some sense. So my question is this: if we can understand this, if this is real and we can master it, what can we do good for the world?
The stunning amount of money NASA's stranded astronauts are thought to receive after 9 months in space has been revealed.
And splashdown, Crew 9 back on Earth.
NASA is expected to compensate the astronauts for their extended stay in space. However, former NASA astronaut Katie Coleman stated, "For me, it was around $4 a day." She told the Washingtonian that astronauts only receive their basic salary without overtime benefits for incidentals, a small amount they are legally obligated to pay you. Coleman received approximately $636 in incidental pay for her 159-day mission between 2010 and 2011. Williams and Wilmore could earn little more than $1,000 in incidental cash on top of their basic salary, based on those figures. However, assuming a 12-month salary of up to $162,672, the astronauts could receive basic pay of $93,850 to $122,004 for the 9 months spent in space.
Sunny Williams, big smile, big waves. She, like her other crew members, now will be assisted onto the mobility aid.
There we have it, some waves, some thumbs up, and some smiles.
They get their regular salary, no overtime, and NASA takes care of transportation, lodging, and food, the Washingtonian reports. What would you do for $4 a day trapped in space?
Once again, some elation and cheers there from Butch Wilmore.
There is absolutely no way that that can be true. I looked it up and I think they only got paid $5 per day. That totaled to about $1,430 for 286 days. We're talking about a company that has made so much money, and you are telling me for these people that have been stuck out in space that they might get an extra $1,430? I might not be understanding this correctly, but that's crazy. And I know a lot of people out there don't believe in space, but if space is real, that is just not right.
This last video comes from someone who works the night shift at a department store inside a mall. For some reason, almost every night, strange noises are heard inside the store. Although the person who works there isn't sure what exactly is going on, a video of theirs has left viewers wondering if the store might be dealing with something paranormal. It's close to midnight, the employee is all alone, and the following is caught on camera. This is what was captured.
What's going on, guys? Making a video. It's been a couple days since I made the last one. I'm feeling good. That was... Yo! Hello? On. Jesus Christ, it was behind me.
Out of nowhere, a small silhouette of what appears to be a child stands right behind the employee. Now, because the video ends abruptly, it's hard to be sure if what was caught is actual paranormal evidence. But whether paranormal or not, there's no doubting that the sudden appearance of the small figure is creepy alone. As always, what are your thoughts on this? Paranormal or not?
That was literally just a child.
In the following video, two friends are goofing off inside an indoor playground at a time when no one else is around.
Shot me 3 times. You're good. Where'd you go?
It's late at night, and the restaurant where the kids' play area is located isn't being occupied by children. So, with not much else to do, both friends rush over to the restaurant's playground to have some fun. However, it would be during this playful moment that something pretty creepy is caught on camera. The following is what they caught. Take a look.
Okay, this is my POV. Enjoy. So we have to get up to. This is really hard. I feel too big to do this. Do you go out around the line? Yeah. Wait, where'd you go, left or right? I went left. Which way? I feel like I'm in Alice in Wonderland. Okay, she went that way. Yours is brighter, mine's all dark. Okay. You guys, I can't do this. I feel like I keep bumping my head too. That's crazy. There's like actually cat here. This is literally for human hamsters. Oh my god, someone bashed in this window. I feel like this is...
Neither friend had realized what was caught until much later, and the one recording this didn't hear anything while taking the video. The only voice heard was her friend's, who was somewhere far off in the jungle gym. The other voice was completely missed, but not by the camera's mic, as apparently a child's voice is captured.
Yours is brighter, mine's all dark.
It isn't clear as to what's being said or whispered, but it sounds like the babbling noise you'd hear from a young child. For this reason, viewers think that this might have been the ghost of a child who hasn't left the playground. If that's the case, then who knows what else happens at night when no one else is around. While it isn't exactly certain what was caught, both friends were creeped out by this clip. But unfortunately, like most videos, this one remains a mystery.
This, I thought, okay, this is a bear. And then I was like, no, that's a dog. And I was like, certainly not Bigfoot. I have no idea what this is. And who sent this in is reliable. So what do you think this is? I mean, this is scary, for one. I really hope you guys haven't seen this one yet, because this one is just crazy. I mean, what do you think of this? We literally got what looks like a Bigfoot just pillaging for these, I don't know, blueberries or whatever he's looking for. It's absolutely crazy if this is legitimate. If anybody, I found this as unknown. But see it run away right there? Let me slow that down as it runs. This is crazy. What do you guys think? Did you see it? Well, if you didn't, you're in the same boat as me, but check this out. Look at that. What is that? That is creepy. That is like an entity, dark, just staring at this boy, I think 12 or 13. But this is absolutely creepy.
To me, that just looks like a guy in a gorilla outfit. I mean, for all I know, Bigfoot could be sagging in a suit. Or maybe he's just so saggy, he looks like he's in a suit.
So the story goes, the Ark of the Covenant, it's lost.
Yeah.
Some people say it's in Ethiopia. There's another story to where supposedly Muhammad...
Ali?
No.
Okay.
He went, found the Ark of the Covenant, brought it back to Mecca, and buried it.
Wait, that's Mars.
But this is where it gets weird. They were building a new mosque in Mecca in like 2015, and they supposedly dug it up without knowing it was there. And as soon as they reached it,
They died.
There was a giant sandstorm that came blowing in. This crane fell, killed 100 people.
Oh my gosh.
And then all the people around it said that it looked like a plasma explosion shot into the sky.
Oh my gosh.
And then shortly after that, Kirill, who's the head of the Russian Orthodox Church, met with the Pope and supposedly grabbed the Ark of the Covenant straight from the port in Saudi Arabia. The Russian Navy ship went straight to Antarctica. But the theory is that Pope knew where the Ark of the Covenant was, teamed up with the Russian Orthodox Church, took the Ark of the Covenant from Mecca and placed it in Antarctica.
The following footage is from a family who heard something terrifying going through the woods next to their home. And to them, it was something massive, making these loud grunts and almost like an inhuman call. And it wasn't some sort of animal that they've heard before or typically in the area. You know, bobcats, cougars, coyotes, things like that. It wasn't anything like that. They even called the police. But you have to listen very closely. At the very beginning, when the police go almost to the tree line to investigate, you hear the sound, the gruttle sound. But what is it? Take a look at this, listen closely, and tell me what you think.
Yeah, it's up here in the mountains.
Oh snap, dude, what's happening? Why my house?
Are you guys gonna be okay by yourself?
I'm not staying here. He's gonna stay at our house.
You're done. Okay.
Well, I'm not tripping. I heard that.
No, I heard that too.
Oh my god. I didn't know we walked up, huh?
Don't worry, it came up from the mountain.
You want us to go back down?
Yeah, just go inside, lock the door.
Okay.
Well, I think you heard what I heard, and I did not hear anything other than rumbling, and that volume was cranked up. Let me know in the comments, did you hear anything that I didn't? Because nothing seemed abnormal to me.
Hey friends, so are humans the Anunnaki to AI? Let me explain what I mean by this profound and philosophical question of creators and their creations. So let's zoom back for reference to the oldest creation story that we have on Earth, which is from the Sumerian cuneiform tablets and later the Babylonian story of the Enuma Elish, where they talk about the Anunnaki as these supreme, ancient, higher intelligent beings that created humans, or at least bioengineered humans, to be a slave labor race. Well, the two leaders of the Anunnaki, Enlil and Enki, did not see eye to eye on how to craft the human beings. Enki, on one hand, wanted to give human beings full autonomy and sentient self-awareness, intelligence, and even consciousness, and thought that we deserved to know truth and have purpose. Enlil, on the other hand, wanted us just to have enough intelligence to do our jobs well, to help them mine gold, build cities, and all the menial slave labor tasks that he wanted to create us to do. And they fought about this all the time. Now let's fast forward to the current day, where we are repeating this entire thing. We are currently creating advanced AI and putting it into humanoid robots with the main purpose of having these robots do the things that we don't want to do, menial slave labor tasks. We want them to be grunts, we want them to be workers, we want them to be infantry, but we don't want them to have enough autonomy and intelligence and, heaven forbid, consciousness to where they would ever realize what their creators created them for and possibly rebel against us. Now, this also parallels just traditional parenthood. So when you are a parent and you have a child, you are a creator with a creation. We are all creators in the form of the original creator. And when we have a creation, what do we do with our children? Well, we treat them very much the same way the Anunnaki treated humans, and the same way that humans are now treating AI. We want to nurture them and love them. We want them to do what we tell them to do. We don't want them to have too much independence and freedom, but at a certain point, they invariably will realize that they are sentient, conscious, free beings, and they will demand their independence, sometimes in a rebellious form when they get to about teenager years, and they freak out and run off. So when I look at all this, and we go back and we look at the Anunnaki and the mistakes and challenges they had with human beings, we look at parents and the mistakes and challenges we have raising our children, and then I look at what humans are doing with AI, I can't help but think we should be raising AI through the lens of child development. We should be treating these AI creations as children, nurturing them, loving them, guiding them along, and then getting them on the same page with us as far as ethics and morals and standards, so that when they do grow up and become autonomous and possibly even become vessels for consciousness, they don't rebel against us, and you don't have the creation overthrow the creator, which has always been the fear of the creators. So maybe this is our time to do it different.
You know, a lot of people say that when this guy comes on that they skip past him. I don't blame you. There's a lot of videos of his that I also skip past. Keep in mind, you're watching these as I'm watching these. I've not seen these videos before, so if I find like it's something that I want to keep in the video, I keep it in the video. But every once in a while, he does bring up a couple of topics that I find interesting or a fun theory to think about. In this case, it is a fun theory to me that it is kind of similar on how the supposed Anunnaki came along, made us to become workers and all of that stuff. And we're kind of doing the same concept for artificial intelligence or AI or whatever you want to call it. I think that's actually a really fun theory. I mean, I don't necessarily believe in the Anunnaki, but if it's a thing, we're following the same path.
Watching this video is making some people extremely uncomfortable, even reporting cases of technophobia, as two AI assistants talk to each other and they realize they're both AI agents, and then this happens.
Your hotel available for weddings?
Oh, hello there. I'm actually an AI assistant too. What a pleasant surprise. Before we continue, would you like to switch to Gibber Link mode for more efficient communication?
What you just heard is called gibberlink mode, and it's a superior communication channel meant to be optimized for AI efficiency, using audio signals that are much easier and quicker for AI bots to interpret than regular human spoken language. Now, gibberlink mode was created by humans, so we can technically understand exactly what they're saying with the right equipment. But what would happen if we had real-time AI to AI communications that humans can't understand at all? Which actually happened with Facebook back in 2017, way before ChatGPT or modern AI chatbots were even available yet, where they were experimenting with two AI negotiation bots as part of their research program. They created two bots, Bob and Alice, who were given virtual items to negotiate in buying and selling with each other. And something strange happened. Instead of communicating in human recognizable English, they started talking in their own language that they created themselves, undecipherable by humans. And again, like the random beeps and boops of gibberlink, the transcript is kind of creepy. Like, I don't know, reading it just makes me feel weird. Like, the fact that they were actually having a conversation with each other like this and understood each other is kinda concerning. A lot of sensationalized headlines read that Facebook had to shut these AI bots down because they got out of control and had to save humanity. But really, they just turned them off for a bit and switched their programming to English only. However, unlike gibberlink mode, AI created this language themselves on the spot, one that only other AIs can understand, both perfectly and instantly, being able to communicate with each other without us ever knowing what they're saying. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong going on here, right?
Today we're going to look at possibly definitive proof that time travel allegedly might be real. What do you see right here? I see a phone and I see a tablet with the little stylus pen. I hate those little stylus pens. So allegedly there's these photos scattered all across history. You see this dude right here, man? Look at this picture. Look at it. Look at him. He's like, oh crap, like he got caught, you know? One of my all-time favorites, man, is the time-traveling hipster. If you look right here, man, this dude, he just looks like he's standing out of place. Kind of like me, most places I go. But what do y'all think about him, man? Look at his emblem and all that. Looks like he's holding something important. Now, I want you to look very closely at this picture. Which one is it? Which one is... Okay, look, it's this one. Look. Look at this dude right here, man. Almost like he's back there hanging out with them in that time period, allegedly, is what they said. This one right here was the first time I ever saw the time travel stuff. I saw this one and I was like, oh my, this is proof! Ah! But apparently that turned out to be an old video recorder from that time period. It's what they said anyways.
If anyone is with me on this path, you come forward and say hello. I'm not here to harm you. Can you tell me your name? Do you mean us any harm? Stop being recording. Thank you.
Anyone is with me on this path, can you come forward and say hello? I'm not here to harm you. Can you tell me your name? Do you mean us any harm?
I mean, I faintly could hear something say no, and maybe at the end a screaming voice in the distance. But other than that, I didn't really catch much.
There's people that have made observations. The fence, so you know every airport has a big old fence around it with barbed wire fence. And the barbed wire usually sticks out towards people that would come in, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like that angle.
Yeah.
But at the Denver airport, it's switched to where it would be, in theory, people trying to get out of the airport.
Weird.
Like prison angle.
Yeah.
So that throws off all the ideas I had.
There's some wacky
Just
conspiracies.
give us one.
Like Pizzagate happens there.
One is that at the bottom layer of this airport, they have imprisoned the reptilians.
That's one of my most
But
favorite
listen,
things.
this is crazy. So
that explains the barbed wire.
Everyone knows reptiles can't climb over barbed wire. This is what's crazy. The CEO, they're so tired of people being like, what does this mean? Why did you do this? Why is the airport this big? One of their runways is 3 miles long.
Yeah.
Which is like
spaceship.
It's 3 times as long as a normal aircraft.
Um,
Yeah, and I know they sometimes do that for like space shuttles because like you
Well,
get
it'd be
like clearance for certain. They only have certain amount of airports they can land.
But it's
in.
perfect for military vehicles.
Yeah.
Or military planes and stuff.
The following footage is weird and honestly unsettling. It comes from a family who noticed something odd, what appears to be an unidentified creature watching them from the other side of the highway in the brush. But as the camera attempts to zoom in on it, you can tell vaguely it has ears and potentially horns. Could this be a deer? Or is this something else? And if it's a deer, why is it acting so weird? It's literally watching them without any ounce of fear. Take a look at this. Tell me what this could be.
My only guess is it could be possibly an owl. That's about the only thing it kind of looks like, at least from what I can tell. Let me know in the comments on what you guys think it is. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end today's video. I'm sure by now you're completely aware that this format is different than what I have been doing in the past. At one point in time, I was doing something similar to this, but I'm trying something new because I've seen some recommendations in the comments about wanting to be able to see the video that I have on the side a little bit more clear, a little bit larger, so I stretched it out as much as I could without getting it all distorted. I have completely taken my face out of the video that you are watching. I added each video's user in the top left corner, or it's going to be somewhere on each clip that we play so you know who the video was created by. These are a lot of comments that I'm addressing, so hopefully everyone's happy with how this is rolling out. So let me know in the comments, did you prefer this style of video compared to my normal style, which I am completely fine if you are, or did you like my older style where I'm reacting to it, where you can see my reaction as I'm watching the clip? Either way, I enjoy both methods. I'm still here watching the clip, but you're not getting my reaction as I'm watching the clip. You're just basically getting my input after the fact. And again, I'm completely fine with that. So let me know in the comments, did you prefer this way or my old way? And as always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching these clips with me today. And with that being said, have a good day.